Hey YouTube, Tutti back again with another community response video. This time to Ninjabearhug Stu. He asked the question, what is your gamer to collector ratio? He had a sliding scale that he'd done down here somewhere. I'm pretty crap at this sort of stuff, so if it doesn't appear, then it ain't going to happen. But I'll just basically talk kind of where I'm at with this. So there's been a couple of good responses out there, but I enjoyed watching them, and it's good that everyone's got a different, I think more like reasoning as to why they do what we do and how we do it. I mean, straight off the bat for me, I'm probably, because of time restraints, I'm more of a collector. For a couple of reasons. Basically, you know, I mean, I've spoken about this before. When I was younger, I didn't really have, you know, I mean, really younger, out of any games, you know, all the stuff that I ever played was always at friends' house and stuff like that. So for me, the sort of collecting side, it's more stuff that I never had or never had the opportunity to own. So that's kind of where this sort of not quite hoarding, but you know, the sort of ability to be able to actually own these items out, and let's be honest, for in some cases quite reasonable sums of money. You know, some of the items aren't gonna ruin you financially if you're careful and you know and clever in how you do it. Gamer wise, again, like I say, when I was younger, I was a lot more gamer, but probably because again I didn't have many games. I think I've got the only one console that I remember buying brand new that was mine was a Super Nintendo. That's it. So I played that thing to death. Yeah, Super Mario World, all 96 levels, everything. So yeah, when I was younger, I had more time, less games. So you know, you play what you got, don't you? Really. It doesn't bother me. I'm not overly concerned with that. You know, my excuse has been to most people that do ask, well, I've got something to do when I retire. You know, I won't get bored, and that's the truth. You know, I don't understand some of these people that they work and they've got no hobbies. I mean, there's just not enough hours in the day for me to do what I want to do, and that probably goes for a lot of us. So, you know, the sort of the player side of me, it's there, and it comes out when I have the opportunity, and when I'm not doing 10,000 other things. And by the time I've got back and sorted the kids out and that, you know, it's just like I'm done in. Weekends is okay, but again, it's running around doing jobs, etc. So it's just time constraints for me, and yeah, and a big part of the sort of collecting for me, again, moving down, I think it's this side where the sort of collector side was. It's you know, the sort of hunt. It's the hunt for the games. I mean, I do buy a few bits off eBay. You know that, you've seen that, but a lot of my stuff it's acquired out, you know, by other means. You know, some of the stuff does have to come from eBay, because it's probably the only place that sells, you know, it's going to sell it. Because a lot of this stuff isn't like you can just walk up to a high street and purchase it. We know that. But yeah, a big pull for me regarding the collector side is that it does give me not a focus, but you know, it's a case of like, if we go out anywhere, it's like, oh, I wonder if there's a charity shop here and stuff like that. That might sound a bit sad, and people might sort of say, oh, is that all you do? But it's a means to an end for me. It gets me out and about, keeps me out of trouble, and yeah, and I enjoy it, you know, and that's the main thing. I'm not here to justify myself, and neither should anybody else, as to where you are on that scale. You know, I'm probably, you know, 80%, 85% collector. I'm not concerned about that. I don't, you know, I'm a collector to the point where I collect it for me, and it makes me happy, and like I say, I don't pay over the odds for stuff, so I'm not one of the, you know, and fair play to people that do this. I'm not a complete inbox, pristine, sealed collector guy. I'm not that sort of collector. I collect stuff because I want them, I want to play them, I will play them, and I want to own them because I probably didn't own them before, or remember seeing them in magazines, you know, and that kind of stuff. Back to the sort of the gaming side, you know, I do game, you know, there's no doubt about that, but not as much as I'd probably like. And it does bother me sometimes. I do sort of think, oh, so I really should get stuck into this or get stuck into that. But having two kids, people out there may or may not vouch for me, but you know, I've got this little room here. I can guarantee you, probably before this video's finished, there'll be someone knocking on that door asking me for this. Can I get a drink? Can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have the other? So you got no fucking chance of playing a game. I tell you, it ain't never going to happen. And like I say, by the time they've gone to bed and that, it's too cold out here. You know, maybe when I get a proper games room, that might change. I might be more able to sort of sit down and enjoy some of the games a bit more than I do now. That's really it. I'm not sure if that's probably the right answer, but it's my answer. So yeah, probably, like I say, 80% plus collector, and very little. Not very little. Shouldn't say that, but not as much of a gamer as I would like to be. I don't know. Some people have like put other factors in there when they've got money, haven't got money, and all that kind of stuff. But again, like I say, I'm quite a frugal collector. You guys know that. So, although money is always an issue, it always is, and it always will be an issue. I won't pay over the odds for stuff. I just don't. You know, I don't see the point in it. But that's the way we go. So yeah, more collector, less gamer. Sadly, for the minute. So yeah, thanks for listening. Short and sweet for once, and see you next time, YouTube. Cheers, Ed.